Yeah. That boy S. Dot, you know what I'm saying? That NYC, you know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, that is. You know what I'm saying? You hear Smash from the radio. It's that boy S. Dot hanging out with that girl Swaggy. You know that boy always Swaggy. Yeah, smashing on the radio. Hear smash, but that mean. Hear smash, yeah that mean. Big boy, big tunes, big chips, big clips. Fuck with it, find out. Fuck with it, find out. Yo. ATL Camel Road up in there, motherfucker. The SWATs was heading.
Yeah, hear what it is, man. Garrett in the building. What's going on, man? The Pen, aka Mr. Smash on the radio.
Yes, indeed.
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good.
We was just talking about it. You're back in New York City. You're making these rounds. You are, Mr. Promo himself right now.
Yeah, we put it on. We do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how does that feel, getting into this swing again? Obviously, you are not a stranger to this, but, everybody gets to take some time off to come back a year, 2 years, and then be like, yeah, I'm outside.
I'm on site. Just glad to be back, just doing what I love to do. Being a performer is like my first love, right? So it's like, a lot of people who don't know, like I signed my first record deal when I was 14. So a lot of times people be like, well, what makes you want to be an artist? I'm like, do you read? But, it's definitely amazing. My new album is on the way. My first single just came out. It's called Baddie. You know what I'm saying? Sean Garrett featuring my boy Jacquees. King of R&B.
Ooh, you gave him that title?
No. That's his own title. You know what I'm saying? Which I really love the fact that like you gotta have confidence in yourself first. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
That's how I take my brother looking at what he do seriously. You know what I'm saying? He in this generation, he like, I'm going to get that shit.
I'm going to get that shit. Do you ever find a need to give out any titles? You've obviously encountered so many greats over your years and what you have done. Or do you? I mean, obviously you respect anybody who has the confidence enough to call themselves the King of R&B. But do you ever be like, well, I don't know, I think that person got it?
I tend to be a person that's not so judgmental. Like I'm not really one to judge. I feel like everyone has, their own right to feel how they feel, to say what they want to say. It's just like, I was given a name, you know what I'm saying, and I was very appreciative of that, from Brooklyn zone, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just, I find it, confidence is very important, and these days it's like, people try to always take you off your balance, right? So that confidence is so necessary, especially in this game. It's like, I used to always find it really interesting how people wanted to talk their shit, but they don't want you to talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I'm talking about like the most cockiest people. This is like, this the jungle. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
you gotta.
So I used to find I just thought it was interesting. I was like, there's a lot of walking contradictions in this game. It's like people want you to be small, and when you big, you just fucking big, and they don't like that.
They don't like that. They don't like that.
Shit's corny.
It is corny. I'm glad that you had brought up confidence, because you had set the tone for verses back in the pandemic, and watching that. I think for those who did not know, they fuck around and found out, right?
Fuck around and found out. And I'm the greatest songwriter alive, period.
There we go.
No, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
Though. Like my resume is crazy because, I really got them ones. You know what I'm saying?
You really do.
And I understand. You know what I'm saying? People. I was tripping off the comments too. Like I never watched that.
You never watched the verses that you did, and till this day.
No.
Or
I remember watching the comments. It was so interesting to me, the comments. I was just like,
because you guys were at the beginning stages of it. This is when it was
we
You said it. You set it off.
We set the shit off. Like I should be getting paid 2 times. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I was just talking to Swiss, like, why y'all ain't got us on the big stage? Like, they paying $1 million to people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to put me on a big stage. Like somebody owe me something.
Right.
You ain't. Somebody owe me something. Like, what's happening?
No, they need to run that back for sure. But, you know, being 17, I mean, well, not 17, 14, you said was your first deal. Mm-hmm. And you think back to that time, how were you able to maneuver in the game at such a young age and you know, stay afloat even that early?
Mm-hmm. I was actually, so, you know, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, Camden Road. Mm-hmm. But I moved to Europe when I was like 5. So I grew up in Europe. I saw my first record deal when I was, you know, in Europe. And so, you know, I didn't come back till I was like 20. And then I did, you know, because my mom passed. And unfortunately, that was like the biggest loss I ever endured. Yeah. And a year later, to the day, it was leaked. You know what I'm saying? So we leaked that shit, and my mama had I know she had a conversation with God up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just being able to, adjust was a bit of, my biggest adjustment was just coming back to America and just seeing how different, you know, my people are. You know what I'm saying? In reference to like how we treat each other and, you know, just how we are so cool with belittling each other and you know, just.
So you didn't experience much of that in Europe? Wow.
No, and that was probably that was the biggest part of like having to adjust to, you know what I'm saying? So, so a lot of times, you know, a lot of people don't really know me. Like, they know me from my success, but they don't know me as a person. Right. And so it's just like, you know, it's a little, it was a little discouraging just to see how our people didn't like believe in each other like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you go around you grow up around the world, you see how family oriented people are. You know what I'm saying? In different countries, like, you know, Japan or Germany. Mm-hmm. You know, in London, you know, it's just like, it was tough for me as a kid to see that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just took it as I always take things, you know, I'm very optimistic. I'm an incredibly optimistic person. So I think, you know, people took my positivity and my strength, you know what I'm saying? And my mother and my dad, like, so they instilled in me, and they took that, like, I was cocky, you know what I'm saying? I was just sure, like, you know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, if you don't have that same sureness about you, that doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to have it about me.
Nah. I've been smashing on the money. Been doing that shit.
What do you feel like is something outside of the confidence and cocky is something that could be misconstrued of Sean Garrett? No, because you said people don't really know you, but...
That's just me on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was doing... The verses, I was doing a favor for my man Swiss. I was not in the right space to be even doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like, what people don't, like, I went to the dentist that day, I had 2 root canals, I was on pain medicine, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when he called me, you know, shout out to my brother Bobby, you know, I was in the truck asleep, like, you know what I'm saying? So he was just like, yo, I need you to do this. I was like, all right, nigga, I'm gonna do it, like, all right. But it was like, you know, nobody knew what verses were, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to tell people, I was like, I'm in my motherfucking house. Like, did nobody pay y'all? Nobody paid me for this shit. Like, yo, Sean, why you? I'm like, look, I'm at my house. You know what I'm saying? On my type of time. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
But anyway, you know, I don't know what people were seeing, but I know y'all couldn't have been listening to them songs. Not y'all, not you.
I'm listening to them songs.
I'm like, are y'all hearing what I'm playing versus what he playing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the shit was funny. It was funny to me. But you know what? It taught me a lot about people. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
People be dick riding. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be dick riding. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we talking about? Like,
it's weird. It is weird.
Like, what y'all talking about?
What was the relationship like with you guys after verses? Were y'all are good?
Yeah, we're good. It's like, I'm on the field. Like, I'm a warrior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm about that life. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit. Like, you know, it's always easy for somebody to come behind you and want to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? I took that as a compliment. I was like, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the boy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm the boy.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what the fuck going
I
on.
gotta ask because when I watch, I used to play sports.
Yeah.
So I could play against one of my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's up.
And it's up. I don't care who you are on that court. Kobe said all the time, "We ain't mans." He smacked Paul Gasol like on the USA team. So it's like,
nigga would. You know what I'm saying? And especially that situation, it was like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was just like some shit he was saying that was like funny to me. It's like, what's wrong, Sean? You mad I stole your bitch? I'm like, what? I don't know if people even heard that, you know what I'm saying? But I thought it was.
Wow, okay.
I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah, this is when we playing the music?
I was like, what does that mean? Oh, okay. But no, it was great. It was great. It was great competition, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I think I had smoked them about, after the first 8, it was over with. And I had about, I had like 30 more in the clip.
I was sitting in my crib and people was calling me, like, decline, because at that time, that was the only way you could watch the shit was on live. And I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. Is the world checking out what's happening?
It was like the world.
And the world was tapped in. And, I feel like that was a reintroduction in a way to, Sean Garrett, to the pen, the fuck around and find out, you know what I'm saying? And that, for me, I love that moment. I think that was also a moment where you were able to also get your flowers.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like that is missing, or do you feel like you want to receive more of that based off of how much you have accomplished in your career?
I mean, again, we talk about my people, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't gonna never say what it is because they know what it is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm saying that in the most humblest way. It's just like, I like to compete, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know all my numbers, you know what I'm saying? I really do got 56 number ones. I really do got 18 hot 100 number ones. Them people, he got like maybe 5, maybe? You know what I'm saying? Number 11 song, the greatest hits of all time, hot 100. Come on.
So when I
was at the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? You see me at the Super Bowl? What US? AGI? Nah, just kidding. I'm gonna pop my shit.
Now you have to pop it though. You're in Brooklyn. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? But when you think of these things, you think of these moments, what is on your list or of accomplishments left? What are you like, yo, I still want to do this. I still got to do that. I still want to be in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. I still, are those things important to you?
I feel like definitely. But, it's not like I don't feel slighted. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? I'm a winner. You know what I'm saying? I've been winning. And I love the win. I couldn't have the win without the fans. I couldn't have the wins without the support of like everyone. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be myself. I wouldn't be who I am without the love that I get from you guys and all of the people that's been supportive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, y'all, I be seeing y'all in the comments. I be seeing what y'all like. I be seeing, it's so many like sack chasers, and they don't never like they just. So you
read the comments. You go through
I read all this shit. I see who follow me. I see. It's like I be thinking like people think the shit hurt me. Like I don't be hurt. Like I've already got my money. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already done my thing. So it's like I love people. I'm just like I'm a lover. Like I'm not one of those type of people that's like hateful or hate on another nigga, or count another nigga's pocket. Like that shit is corny to me. It's like only thing that matters to me is like helping people achieve their goals and achieve their dreams and sort of giving myself, like I feel like God put me on this earth to help people, you know what I'm saying? And so I use my gift to help people. When they don't appreciate it, that's their fucking loss, you know what I'm saying? Like our people we don't even, like, you see it, like on award shows, like the artists don't never think the people that really fucking put that work in for them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, really, you that big?
Right.
Yeah.
And thinking of things like that, and I've had like Vito here. He writes a lot of records, and he talks about that. And sometimes writers being on the back end of these huge records, and people overlook them so much.
We not on the back end. If you see them checks, you will trust me when I tell you.
That was my next question.
We are not on the back end. We on the back end, getting to the back end.
All right. So when it comes to that's my next question. When it comes to publishing, there's so many different sides to it. Obviously, people are learning more about it now. I think more than ever.
Know. Like they didn't even know. Like, man, I was filthy like in 10. I was filthy in like
in 2010.
07. Like,
07.
I started go look at the charts in Billboard January like I was on a cover of Billboard 7-page spread. You understand me?
So break down to me how publishing has worked for you. For those who don't understand it.
It's real estate. It's like every song that plays anywhere I get paid. Anywhere. And these be like number ones. You know, like, yeah, it was number one for 3 months. I said 3 months.
90 days.
One song. That one song. Fergie's London Bridge was number one for 7 weeks. Hot 100s. This is the biggest chart in the world. This is 100 people. Out of the biggest artists, out of 100 people, number one. That's why I be like, you really want to say something like that to me? Like, you really, what you talking about? Like, just because you don't know, like, just because you don't know what publishing, like, you know, my money come in the mailbox. You know what I'm
saying? That check.
So when I'm outside, you know, I'm outside because I love it. I'm outside because I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is people, you know, ignorance is bliss.
It is. It is.
It's like, if you don't know, you just don't know.
So, if you're willing to, can you share with me one of the biggest publishing checks that you've ever gotten? And what record?
Then you're gonna get them red dots on there, buddy. You know, I am in Brooklyn.
You good.
You know what I mean? Let's just say I got like 5,000 up front to do, yeah. It's like somewhere like 28 M's, 30. Like, just, I don't really want to talk no numbers, but
28 M's.
I mean, you know,
over time,
I'm just saying. I ain't gonna say. I'm not going on record saying no numbers because I know the first thing that happens is boom. John Garrett said he. Nah, I don't want. But just do the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I can tell people.
Is that a one-time thing or is that like?
It's. Did you see the Super Bowl? You know, it's probably like. It was probably like $10 million.
The Super Bowl that just passed.
This Super Bowl, not. No, this one just happened.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm there.
So I was at the Super Bowl. You know what I was at the Super Bowl. Was that boy at the Super Bowl?
That boy
was he at the Super Bowl?
He was at the Super Bowl.
I was at the Super Bowl.
Right.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. You feel me? From the Did you see him at the Super Bowl?
I didn't.
No, you didn't. He wasn't there.
I'm sorry.
I'm being funny. I'm having a good. No, but listen. Let me. You know, I don't have no. Like me and him always been like. We just always been like. I guess I'm like nemesis a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just. He wanted to go see what it felt like.
Yeah.
But you still not there. You got to do number one.
Yo.
Again and again. And again. My first 10 were hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't want me to pop my shit like that because when I pop my shit, then, you know, it's like, what do y'all want? Do you want me to be competitive? Do you want me to be a bitch? Or you want me to be excuse my language, but do you want me to be lame? You want me to be corny? You want me to be a real nigga?
I mean, I appreciate the competitiveness.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. Like that's I've come from the same cloth.
I know you. I can tell you definitely about that life. Like, yes.
Well, speaking of number ones, man, you have new music that is out right now. Baddies featuring Jacquees.
Yeah, the video is crazy.
The video is crazy.
Yeah, it's coming out January 10th.
Yeah.
Then my next single is crazy as hell too. It's stupid. So I, you know, like this R&B, this R&B album of just fun and like relationship and like, you know, it's you know, I don't make like the typical R&B music. You know what I'm saying? I like to make music like, you know, Breakup was like my first number one as an artist. You know what I'm saying? That was actually my first single. But I wanted to share. I shared it. You know what I'm saying? And now that's the part I don't think people really respect or appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Is how often you share these records?
My whole career has been about helping other people. Of course I help myself. Of course you got a job.
Right.
You're going to help yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, people fail to realize just how much of myself I lent to the world. You know what I'm saying? All these different people. When it was times that people didn't know that they were going to be who they were going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I broke like superstars. Like I broke the biggest R&B artist in the world.
Right.
His name was Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody
broke
knew.
Sierra. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
For real.
For real.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Because you have these big records. When you talk about sharing these records, though, you know, you mentioned Break Up. Obviously, we all know that one. Like, take me back to that time, and Chris is on that record. Like, how did they come together?
No, it was Mario.
Excuse me, Mario. Sorry, yeah.
So basically, you know, it was just like, so at the time I had just was putting out my my what we call mixtapes, but it was a full blown album. It was called the Inkwell. And so the Inkwell, you know, on that album, you know, I got She Geek, so I pull up in that 458 She Geek. But at the time, I really didn't. I had so much going on. It's like people sometimes ask, yo, do you feel like you're overshadowed? Like, you don't feel like you get your credit as an artist versus... I'm like, how can I ever beat like, yeah, or ring the alarm or upgrade you or like diva or like... These are the biggest stars in the world. Like, are you asking a reasonable question?
Right.
Like, that ain't even fucking rational.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like... Or, you know, Pussycat Dolls Buttons or Enrique Iglesias De Milo. Like, that was #1 for 13 weeks on the Hot 100 Latin charts. Like, shout out Enrique. But so to get to the question, so anyway, I was approached by at the time Mario's manager, and I was just playing the records off my album, and so he was just like, you know, fucking shit is fire. So he called me like 2 days later. He was like, "Hey Sean, that song Break Up. Like, can I have that for Mario?" I'm like, nigga, didn't I just tell you this was my first single?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You try to get another piece, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it'd be so funny. The same people, not this particular person, but these same people, I saw y'all all in the comments. I saw y'all. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is like, what do you think I'm gonna stop making hits?
Right.
What do you think I'm just? You thought I didn't know what I was doing then, no, or I didn't know now, didn't know then, and don't know now.
Right.
So it was more so about at the time, you know, shout out to Guwap. I had put Gucci on the record, and shout out to my boy Bangladesh. That's my brother, one of the greatest producers of all time. So I was like, so I said, you know, I told you this is my first single, but let me think about it. So I thought about it, and I was like, you know, this could make more sense for 3 people versus 1. So Mario at the time needed a hit. So I said, you know, I cut a deal with you where we do all of the promotions together, we do the video together, do a tour together. I did the BET 106 and Park tour.
Right.
You know, it was me, Trey Songz, Mario, and Day 26. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been putting the work in. Like,
take me back to that tour, because what year was it? Like,
I don't know, 10.
It was 10?
11. Yeah, because the song came out 9. It was like 10.
Take me back to that tour, because that tour sounds wild as hell.
It was crazy. And you know what's crazy? Like, you know, people forget. Like, I used to give a Louis Vuitton bag out every show. Like, every show I ever did, I always gave girls.
See, I wasn't 10. I wasn't old enough to go to these shows like that, for real.
Yeah. But you're old enough now.
I'm old enough now. Run it back for me, man.
It was such a great time, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, we rocked the summer. That song went absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it did.
And the crazy part about it was, at the time, you know, the label was like, the chairman, shout out my man Peter Edge, you know what I'm saying, from RCA. But Peter was like, you know, with his London accent, that's my friend, though. He's really great. He was like, Sean, I don't know if this was really a mainstream record. I think this is a street record.
Really?
I'm like, Pete.
Because of Gucci, or?
I don't know what you were talking about. I was just like, hey Pete, check this out. I'll be right back. So, shit, I wouldn't have started the song on radio. You know what I'm saying? And shit, after that, about that 5th week, that motherfucker was on steam. You know what I'm saying? And then the label hit me up. It was like, hey, we'll take over the record. Can we take over the record?
Right, I'm sure.
Like, nah, no fucking way.
Because they see it moving. It's always too late.
You know what I'm saying? But people don't be knowing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's my heart. That's what I mean when people don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You know, so then it'd be funny. It'd be like, it's like, you're not gonna call me to perform the song. You sure you don't want to do that? Ka. You know there will be a time, you know what I'm saying, that we gonna have to see each other on stage. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I can't wait for everybody to get a chance to come see my show. It's called the Sean Garrett Experience.
I know it's gonna be experience. I'm gonna be front and
my shit's gonna be fucking.
I'm gonna be front and center.
Yeah. You coming? You gonna come?
Oh hell yeah, I'm there. Yeah. I am there.
You know, so I kind of sometimes be feeling like I'm an underdog because people say that. You know what I'm saying? I be like, do you really feel like I'm an underdog? But at the same time, I guess I might be. What Gucci said, bitch, I might be. So you know, like, but I take all of it as like it's love. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you in a place where you really realize like, now I gotta go. Sometimes you gotta just pop out and smack a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So.
When you talk about, you know, the success of obviously all of your records, having many number ones, being on the radio at the top of the charts for weeks at a time, has anything changed for you the way that music is consumed now? Like, you know, these newer artists, they don't even care for the radio anymore.
I do.
And okay, so that will never,
Shit.
So that will never change for you?
Cause them checks don't. Shit. Nah, they just don't understand how you get paid.
Really?
That's the problem. They just don't be reading. You know
Even with like TikTok and all of that coming into play now?
Yeah, all of that is still a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But see, I'm a BNC market artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go touch the people. When people see me, they're like, oh my God, there goes Sean Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, at first I was like a myth. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knew what I looked like.
Right.
And then, you know, then they kind of got a chance. And it was like, you know, I just couldn't have that concentrated consistency as an artist because, I mean, shit. I started 2007 off with the number 1, number 2, and number 3 record in the country on the Hot 100s. You tell me how many people did that. Like, for real. So anybody else start popping their shit, they'll be like, it's fine. But then I get it doing them quotables and then it just, you know what I'm saying?
When you again go back to these big records, and even now, you know, you're obviously continuing to write it and being in this artist bag. What is that creative process like? There's so many different sides to you when listening to these records. I'm like, how the hell is Sean writing a record like this? Even a Ring the Alarm. Like, how do you get into literally what seems like another person, like another persona?
I think part of it is God gifted talent of just like discernment and like energy and like I'm on Pisces, so you know, like I'm very intuitive and I'm very loving. You know what I'm saying? Like I give of myself to someone else, right? And so that's why I feel like, you know, even in relationships, you know, I'm always looking at a person like, well, what do you expect me to do with what you're giving me? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're not giving me love, you're expecting what? Right? Especially when I'm a lover, right? And so I love the music, I love the people, I love the fans, I love artists. I really love artists, right? And I enjoy finding, because most artists are definitely insecure. And the insecurity causes you to second guess yourself, even when you're promoting out to the world that you're confident, right?
That's interesting you said that, because people wouldn't assume that.
Yeah, and it's a fact.
Wow.
And so, you know, you get a chance to really see how people are, and you see how they appreciate you. And then, you know, my mom used to always say, you know, you learn a lot, you live long enough, right? And so, you know, as time goes on, you know, you'll find out more and more of who that person really was or how they really are as a person. And like, some people egos are so damn big that they just really feel like you got to kiss the ring. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, God put me on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you before you knew me. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to know you based on the gift of God. You know what I'm saying? The gift of the gift of love. Like, if I didn't love Usher, I would have never fought so hard to give him a record that would change his life forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, these records are game changers. And that's the reason. Like, it's not just the fact that they were number ones, but it's the fact that they affected the culture in such a way that, like, you can never forget about me.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Ever. That's legacy.
That's legacy.
That's legacy. When you think about legacy and you think about those records, and do you feel like there is more that needs to be added to the Sean Garrett legacy, and in what ways?
I just don't. I don't really stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I executive produced Summer One for his last album. Still over it. And that was such a pleasure to work with her and work with LVRN.
Wow.
I'm just still like I still work with people, with everybody, but I also had to take some time to get to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy.
We can tell.
Fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be happy as a motherfucker all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm always happy. It's just like people try to steal your joy and shit. I just be laughing at them and shit because it's just like, what do I gotta be upset about? Like, what even if I didn't have the success, I still would have been happy because I was doing what I want to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I was really great in baseball, so I could have. I definitely, if I wanted to been doing music, I'd have won pro baseball for sure.
Seriously?
Hell yeah, I could knock the hell out of baseball. I could pitch.
Were you playing? Did you play like in high school or?
Yeah, I played sports since I was a baby. Like, my mom used to kind of, like, I'm an athlete for sure, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I'm a little brawling nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So was it just baseball or like?
I was good at football. Baseball, basketball.
Basketball for real?
Yeah, I could do ping pong.
I'm not getting it. I don't know if I'm getting. First of all, ping pong is crazy.
Hey, I'm from Atlanta, like, shit.
I didn't know basketball too. Okay, so if Sean Garrett wasn't the pen, what would you?
Pro baseball player, for sure.
Pro baseball player.
Yeah.
So do you watch baseball right now?
Yeah, I love baseball.
I think it's so boring. I'm sorry, bro.
I love it. It's like an acquired taste.
It is.
It's
like golf.
Yeah, it's like chess, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like golf. Hey, yeah, you gotta be in the mood for golf and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta be in the mood for baseball.
Yeah.
Like,
no, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really be good at a skill. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very like and I'm very like really detailed. You know what I'm saying? Like, specific.
Okay.
Very intentional. You know what I'm saying? So I might go hit 2,000 balls. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I used to say, like, if I can't write a song as good as You Got It Bad, shout out to my man Jermaine Dupri, I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? So I would put that pressure on myself. I always put that pressure on myself. Like, I love when people tell me, I love when people doubt me. I love that shit. I love when, people don't, you know what I'm saying? I just like the idea that I'm not the guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Like a little, like the villain sometimes. That's okay.
The fucking Joker. You know what I'm saying? I'm Batman.
When you've written so many records, have you ever gotten pushback on any of these big records, or where it might have been like, Sean, we like this, but this ain't it, and you've had to go back to the drawing board and recreate something for artists or for yourself?
I ain't redoing shit. I ain't finna. You got me fucked up.
So.
What? Nah, because shit, if I did it, I meant to do it.
Right.
And you're here to get something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't be understanding. Like, and the crazy shit is, like, people that don't do music be acting like they the ones that know. Like, bruh, you don't do this.
So you never had to just be like, or have you just walked away from like a song or a record?
I remember one time Diddy, I remember one time I was working with Diddy. I had did that song, Take a Good Look at Me, I cried so many times. For Brandy, him and Brandy. Mm-hmm. And Big Dog was like, man, that shit hard. I like it. I really like it. I was like, yeah. He's like, but can you rewrite the verses? Like, nah, big boy. I'm sorry. With all due respect, I know you that guy, but Hell no.
Right.
I turned that shit up loud. I said, man, do you hear this shit, nigga? What going on here?
So you know, whatever you pen, that's it. There's no, you're not
that's
rewriting.
how I feel. Like, I'm not the kind of person that won't try, you know what I'm saying? I always try to appease people.
Okay.
But when I feel in my heart, like, if I feel it, if I feel like it's right, because there's been a couple songs that, like, I don't think Usher really like Papers either. He ain't really fuck with that either.
He didn't?
Nah. And my logic was like, oh, by the way, that dude, the verses dude, yeah, he did this song called Moving Mountains. I was like, why the fuck would you put out Moving Mountains, my nigga, and you in the middle of
Papers?
Nigga,
you're literally in the middle of Papers, right?
Like, nobody gives a fuck about you moving mountains right about now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but, you know, and that's what I mean, like, logically, like, I'm a logical person. Like, that song made sense to the world, right? That song went #1 with, like, no video. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I do consider his opinion about his life, too, because at the same time, we are living in our lives. You know what I'm saying? You do got to go home.
Right.
So I do understand that, but I don't be thinking about that shit when I'm on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, this is my job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I come to score. So if you fucking scared, then don't call me.
So there's multiple processes to this, right? It could be an artist comes to you and say, hey, I want to write these records, or I want to create a project, or I need a hit.
They don't come to me. First, I want to get this shit real clear. They don't come to me to write songs. They come to me for me to motherfucking write the songs. I don't know why these folks keep, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so they're not involved. They're not involved in the writing process at all. Once they make that phone call to you,
they be involved, but they don't be involved. You know what I'm saying? And just like, and I be seeing how sometimes some of these people be like curving and shit, trying to say, "Oh, well, I really wrote that." No, you didn't. Fuck, you didn't. Stop it. But it's okay.
Okay,
I get it, because you called a mechanic to fix a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? That's what you did.
Right.
Like, you didn't call me because you had to pay me. You know what I'm saying? You didn't call me so you could do it. You called me so I could do it. So you can get it. You had to get that insulin.
Wow. I didn't think of it that way. Because I thought there was like, you know, sometimes the artist might say, hey, I'm going through this. I want to write something about this.
Well, it is, but do you know how difficult it is to take a person's, that's not writing, that's talking. You know what I'm saying? You got to come up with the chorus. You got to come up with like, just because you changed some words on the fucking song after it was done does not mean you wrote the song. Fuck is going on here?
So that happens.
Yeah.
Often.
Like, if I wanted to go legal, I would be like, that was a derivative work. If you go look up what the derivative work is, that's taking from something that was originally already done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I may not wanted you to change something. You could have either got the song as it is, or you don't take the song at all.
Absolutely.
Because if it worked for you, it could do what? Work for somebody else.
Absolutely. Damn, man. I feel like I'm learning so much about your side of the world, and we hear so much from, you know, artists. And
that's the point. Like, because they're in the front of the camera, so they control the narrative.
Do you feel a responsibility now at this stage of your career to kind of take that control back in that narrative, or?
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad about what really fucking happened. What are you gonna do? Remix the shit? You can't just remix what the fuck happened. But that's how crazy some people are. They really wanna. They wanna tell. I'm like, you don't remember me? Like, you don't even remember? You don't? Oh, okay. And don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't appreciate my opportunities, but I did score. You know what I'm saying? I was scoring. It ain't like, I'm not the only person you call to write songs. I ain't the only person you call to produce hits for you.
Absolutely.
And I don't just go in there and write no lyrics down. I go in there with an idea. I demo the songs. I sing the song. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is an exception to the rule. Okay? Now, there are some people, there's very few, but there's like one person in particular that she and we work in a different way because she's that smart. So I could say. Well,
you have to tell me who it is now.
I mean, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Who is that?
I mean, you know, like, y'all know who the hell I'm talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
You worked with so many artists.
But you know, like now, like certain people, like
like her.
yeah, like her. But she would be like, now I could throw the ball on the rim and she'd catch it. You know what I'm saying? I can go crazy. She just, boy, put that thing up there, boy. Boy, put that thing up there.
Throw that assist.
I'm gonna go get that thing, boy. Wow.
You just gotta run point. That's it.
Shit. We ain't. You feel?
So it just comes natural in that way, and not everybody's like that though.
You got to be intelligent enough to know you got to read the room. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people can do it and some people can't, and just sometimes some people just feel like they got to do everything. Like you don't do that. That's not what you do. So why the fuck you keep talking like you do that?
Right.
That's not what you do. The people know you don't do that. So why you keep acting like you do that? And then you really gonna go on camera and say you did that?
So do you have being that you've done so much, and when you said on camera, is there a Sean Garrett pen documentary or some type of series or some type of? I feel like you have.
What we doing?
I'm just saying, it seems like there's an archive.
I need Netflix. First of all,
okay.
I need my own Netflix. So you gotta put my shit on. I need that stage. So what I'm doing in my life at this point, I'm just leveling up. You know what I'm saying? It's like I used to love when people would say whatever they wanted to say, because at some point I'm gonna be able to control my own narrative. You know
so you have the footage. You have the footage of these moments and these sessions and
I got it's me. I mean,
right.
You can always write a song, sing a song, perform a song, and then go re-perform it, represent it.
And that will be the Sean Garrett experience.
That was the way. Y'all don't think it was weird that I went on some of these behind the scenes or documents? It was like, what? Because they wanted to have a narrative. They had it, okay. And now, it's like it's just life. It's life. It's like evolution is real.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When you work hard, God definitely takes care of you.
Yeah. Well, you're continuing to evolve, and I know you had mentioned that there will be a new album.
Yeah,
on the way.
No, I was on the way.
Can you tell me more about it, or is it still?
Yeah. So it's pretty much done. I got some amazing features. You know what I'm saying? My next single I'm really excited about. I think it's gonna be like definitely a viral hit. You know what I'm saying? Like there is some things about like how the way that streaming is. It was definitely a learn for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
I had to do a lot of social. Like I'm not really the kind of person that like want to show off my cars, or I'm just really not that kind of guy.
The kids want to be in it now. It's over. That's why we want to know how much your publishing check is. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm still like very conservative too.
Right.
Like, I don't really just like splurge crazy.
Okay.
Well, maybe some people might be like, I do love clothes and I do love fashion. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around the world, so those are some of the things y'all will see more of me doing, more fashion spreads. Me giving y'all that. You know what I'm saying? That the ATL got international brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna definitely sauce out on that side. Documentaries. My real goal is to be in. Also one of my other names is called Young Lionel. So one day I hopefully I get a chance to replace whenever Mr. Richie is tired of sitting in that seat on American Idol. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I want to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's when my people will appreciate me more. They'll be like, no, we do love Sean Garrett. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? We love what he gave to us. We love his passion. I think a lot of people, as they get to see my personality, like some people would say, "Oh, that boy crazy." No, I'm just fun. You know what I'm saying? I got a fucking personality. Like I'm exciteful. I'm exciting. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that like enjoys life and enjoys smiling and enjoy, feelings and people's concerns. You know what I'm saying? I could have a conversation with you all night.
Yeah, I love this though. When you said the American Idol thing, right? It kind of sparked some in me because you obviously have to have an eye for talent. You have to have an eye and an ear for what sounds good, what looks good. Right now, is there anybody who's grabbing your attention, artist-wise, that you're like?
Oh man, I love SZA. SZA is just
Gotta love
probably,
some SZA, man.
she is fire. Like one of my favorite songs by her is a song with her and Travis Scott. Damn, I fucking love that song. It's so great. It's so interesting.
Off
like
the last album.
Yeah, her melody choices. Man, she has a true gift. I love Teams. I love, of course, Summer Walker. I love Burna Boy. I love Davido. I love I love so many different Afrobeat artists as well.
Okay.
I'm actually going to Africa for the first time coming up this new year. And my top 5, what's interesting is my top 5 cities that stream my music, believe it or not, is all in Africa.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Johannesburg's number 1, Lagos is number 2, I think Ghana's number 3. It's just, man, that was a big surprise for me.
We're just getting those stats.
Yeah, and just knowing that those are the concentrated areas that people really like listen to my music.
Are appreciating
you. Know
Yeah, your actual people. I mean, your people right there. But that's cool. So for the project, are you trying to tap in with any of those type of collaborations?
I am. That's my next album. It's gonna be more of an international album.
Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna do some big international collaborations, which I have the most fun with. You know, this album is more so about my feelings, my life, my struggle in relationships, trying to, you know, just stay balanced. Because it's like my love life is, it's hard. It's hard to balance being a good person when you know someone don't really appreciate you in the way you want to be appreciated, right? It's like a lot of times people have this, you know, this sense of entitlement to where they feel like, even though you're telling them like, this is not what I want this, and they're trying to convince you to do something that just goes, it's really just like ridiculous. It's like, so you really want me to risk everything that I've worked for and give it to you to do what you want to do with it? As if it's your choice to do that.
Right, it's not your choice.
And the manipulation game, manipulation is at an all-time high right now.
Oh yeah, so I think social media plays a big part in that.
Yeah, and I don't like having a public relationship. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you like everything private, under wraps?
That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't you know me? Like, don't you know the guy that's who I am. Like, I'm about to start just like, having dating online? What the fuck is going on?
Right.
And I just don't feel like that's healthy, right? Because now I'm having conversations with someone about who liked my pictures or who's following me. I can't stand. I think that shit is just fucking retarded. It's like,
so
not retarded. I shouldn't use the word retarded, but I just think that's very unfair.
Unfair. I feel you. So we'll get more of Sean Garrett
through the album.
Yeah. More vulnerability.
Yeah, like I'm my manager don't let me tell him who on the album, but I got at least I fuck with you, Swaggy, so I could tell you at least the next single is
okay.
We
were right there. We was about to get some super exclusive.
Niggas said, "All you can."
Well, listen, I'm excited for the album, and when it drops, the single.
Yeah,
the next single.
Yeah, the next single is I think it's coming like February, so I'm really excited about that. It's just action packed. It's a lot of collaborations on there that I think people probably wouldn't expect. So I really wanted to do an album that was definitely balanced and fun and relationships, and even though it's some up-tempo songs, you know, like Baddie is not just about, you know, a bad chick,
right.
You know what I mean, that dances in the club or that looks amazing, but it's also a story in that, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm always feeling like I can help someone, right, get better with their life, and so it shows, you know, it shows that my choice in a woman is in a place of being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I don't really mind being vulnerable, just as long as it's vulnerable with the right person.
The right person, man. Well, we sat down with the right person today.
Thank you
So, Garrett, I really appreciate the conversation.
Yeah,
I appreciate you stopping by, talking about the new music, dropping some gems, giving us the vibes, keeping it real.
But you're a very wonderful spirit.
Thank you. You
I
too.
appreciate this.
You too. I appreciate this as well, man. So listen, make sure that y'all are hitting us up on YouTube. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, and of course follow Sean Garrett on his socials.
Sean Garrett the Pen, you know what I'm saying? That's on all platforms, you know what I'm saying? Come on in, y'all. It's a lot more, you know, we got a lot more to offer. We got a lot bigger records we're doing. You know, shout out my label, Black Ground, Warner, shout out my publisher, my man Ryan over at Warner with my man Ethan. I love you guys over there. But you know, I just feel like I want the people to get a chance to know me, right? And you know, as you see me do shows and you see me do more interviews, and you know, I'm do seminars. We're definitely gonna do these seminars called Smash on the Radio University, right? Which is basically where I'll, you know, invite, I don't know, 100, 300, 400 different creatives, songwriter, producers, artists, and kind of give them some insight on some of the ways I was able to, because just like this conversation, a lot of times people just don't know. Right?
Yeah.
And so when you get a chance to spend some time with different people, you learn a lot from different people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to that as well, man. Thank you so much, Sean, for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Like I said, we're gonna look out for that album, and when that joint drops, that you couldn't tell us. Don't worry, I'm gonna hit you up.
Nah, you gonna definitely, because it's something I really want you to. I'm gonna play it for you after we get off.
I bet. We still get the exclusive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.